Following further research, it became very clear to me that the Romans once crossed this field on the way to the crossing point of the Mersey, which was heavily defended by Roman soldiers. The Roman soldiers would look magnificent in their uniforms, but to the local people of Warbiton, it would have been frightening. An army, a conquering army, in their country. But just what was life like at the Roman fort in Warburton? With the magic of today's technology, we can take you back and show you. Come on.
May look like any cornfield in Britain, but this could well be one of the most important archaeological sites in the whole country. On that mound, people have lived for thousands of years, and there's very good indications there's a large Roman settlement just under the surface. Running from this tree out across that field.
Back in 1999 we did some trial excavations. In short, what we did, we put square metre holes into the ground, known as sondages. We actually came down on a defensive ditch. You could actually see the cut into the ground and the ankle breaking section in the bottom of the ditch.
Now, would this be Roman or pre-Roman?
Oh, most certainly pre-Roman, but the Romans aren't stupid and they would have come along and utilised those ditches when they took over the site. Not at all. No.
But I mean, I always thought the nearest Roman road to here was Altrincham, which is about 5 miles across there.
No, you're actually stood on one at the moment.
This is a Roman road?
This is a Roman road.
It's straight, isn't it?
It's very straight, yes. And if you look at it from the air, it travels across all the fields back towards Altrincham. Now, it's only a small Roman road, not one of your major Roman roads. A B road, yeah. But the main thing is, it would have also been used earlier than that. It could have been used from the Bronze Age period right through. In the Bronze Age period, it would have been an ancient trackway because we're on the highest ground, so it's the driest ground. Obviously, that's the best reason for doing it.
So, at a depth somewhere down here, a metre or two, we might find evidence of the Roman road.
Oh, certainly. There should be metalling, which is stonework for the Roman road. Larger cobbles, levelled off with smaller pebbles over the top, and finally bedded down to make a nice, hard, smooth surface.
Incredible.
So far this evening we've looked at how the people in the Warbiton area lived during the Roman days. But one thing needs to be found if we were to make these theories correct. That is evidence. Evidence as in artefacts. Bronze, iron, pottery, glass. All left behind by the Roman people. If I was to prove the existence of the Roman settlement in Warbiton, I had to find evidence to back it up. Evidence such as these wonderful artefacts recovered from the soil. This brooch is known as a Polden Hill brooch. Just look at the decoration on it. You can still see the remains of the bronze pin and spring that once held the brooch in place. Part of a small Roman terret ring, which is a ring used to hold the reins on either horses or cattle while ploughing. It's cast in bronze. Unfortunately it's broken, but you could expect that in plough soil. Is similar to 2 or 3 others which have been found and identified as being Roman. Very good find indeed. The wonderful early Bronze Age axe, 2000 BC. Only a couple of weeks ago this magnificent Roman pendant was recovered by Brian while searching the site for me. Just take a look at this splendid Roman jewellery. Brooches worn by the ancient people of Roman Warbiton, once adorning them. Very decorative and very functional indeed. A bronze needle for stitching leather and a heavy bronze ring. This brooch is one of the most important Roman brooches to come from Warbiton, known as a Hod Hill brooch and dating to between 50 AD and 70 AD. It still retains much of its gold decoration on the surface and the catch plate is still intact. Here we can see 2 of the most important Roman coins to come from Warbiton. On the left a sestertius of Hadrian and on the right a denarius dated to 118 BC. The Bronze Age diminutive axe dated to 2000 BC and one of my favourite finds from the site to date.
The Roman army now controlled Warbiton, including the important crossroads on the high ground, as well as the extremely important river crossing on the Mersey. To control the Mersey was to control the area.